was resonating with this, but what we did at CompuBox is we went back and we counted all 10 of Conor McGregor's. Yeah,
oh, okay.
We counted all 10 of Conor McGregor's stand-up fights. And what we learned was we saw a fighter that throws no more than 40 punches per round. We know that fighters that give Floyd trouble are guys that throw in the 80s and the 90s, like Cotto and Maidana. Now, do you expect Conor McGregor to come out as a counter-puncher, or do you think he's going to be a little more aggressive in this fight, given that he's already at it, let's be honest, a little bit of a skill set disadvantage?
I'm not saying I mean, the skill set, yeah, but there are a lot of factors, and I'm just being realistic. There's no way in 1,000 years would I would think that Conor McGregor is going to beat Floyd Mayweather. I would never believe that. But when I am smart enough to know that there are intangibles in things that happen in a fight. You know, again, one guy could get cut. One guy who's has some hand injuries. He could hurt his hand, both of his hands. What happens then? There's a lot of factors that one guy's he's been off for a minute, and that guy, he's young and he's cocky for a reason. He ain't just saying that just because and again, it's like I'm impressed with his timing, because Floyd has always had the best timing. That's why you see him doing pull counters, and he does things to discourage it. Conor McGregor does the same thing. He'll pull over a shot, but when he pulls over a shot, guys fall over and he hurt. And it's like, well, damn, it didn't look like he hit him that hard.
Are you expecting him to come out a little more aggressive though in this one?
I don't know. I think that he might. I don't think he's going to try to sit back and outbox Floyd. Nobody's going to be able to outbox Floyd. Right. But I think that he might wait for his moments, that when because it's not like Floyd's going to be aggressive. I think you're going to see a little. Floyd will be the same old Floyd, but I think that this fight will be very exciting.
Were you disappointed with any of the comments that he made about the female members of the team yesterday?
I didn't really hear what he said about the female. I don't really get upset about none of, as long as nobody's talking about nobody's kids, and you know what I'm saying. It's not I don't get caught up into that, because I don't think that he means any harm with anything that he's saying. I would never picture him as a guy who's a racist or anything. That's just, I never even heard him say the word, whatever somebody said, call somebody a boy. I mean, it's like, shit, people call me a boy sometimes. I mean, but do I worry about what people say? You just have to brush it off, brush your shoulders off.
Waterproof back, right?
Yeah, at the end of the day, that's just talk. Yeah. We're gonna see what that mouth almighty happens. We're gonna see if he talking all that. When that bell rings, we're gonna see what he got to say then. We're gonna see what he got to say then.
Leonard, is Floyd surprised at the amount of trash this guy's talking? Obviously, he's known because of his background, but Floyd's not used to getting a lot of respect from his opponents. Is Floyd at all surprised? Has there been any change in his demeanor based on the way that Conor's kind of just going out guns blazing, especially at the Toronto press conference?
No, I don't think that. I think that he looks at him as a guy that he looks at him and he just forces things, smiles, and say, "This motherfucker, he done copied my whole blueprint." See, other guys try to copy it, but they can't, because either you got it or you got it. You gotta have that it factor. You gotta have that it factor. Floyd does things, the unthinkable things that no other fighter could duplicate. And I think with Conor McGregor, he's the same way. I mean, it's like he brings a certain amount of excitement. He's a guy that when he walks in the room, he's looking to take over. He wants to steal the show. Conor McGregor thinks he's the man. As he say, he's the face of all of this. He really believes that. He's the face of the fight game, as he said. He believes that. He ain't just saying that. He honestly believes that.
Do you think he's passing Floyd is passing the torch? Even if Floyd wins, do you think he's passing the torch over to McGregor as the face of the fight game?
McGregor's going to be around for a long time. This is my opinion. I think that he's going to take their sport to a whole another level. He's, like I said, he's very, very good at what he does. And again, we aren't counting anything out that he does. Again, I said, and that's why I was very, very shocked. I'm being honest. I was very, very shocked what happened last week or 2 weeks ago, whenever that fight was. I was very, very shocked at the outcome. And really, because I didn't watch it live, but I watched it when it was, on the replay. And I was shocked at how competitive the other guy was, and he was able to initiate his will, and I was very shocked.
Leonard, I have to ask you this. Based on the response from LA and Toronto, if you have to put your thumb on it, how many pay-per-views will Mayweather McGregor sell?
You know, me and Steven had this conversation. We don't get into predicting numbers and all that. I just know that we have a very, very special event. I'm very confident we have a very special event. As far as counting numbers and all that, that's up to you guys. We know that we have not had this kind of interest, support, where everybody wants to see this. You know, he brings something different to the table. Like I said, he's got the mouth almighty, the gift of gab, but he backs it up though. That's what he does.
Thanks, Leonard.
Thank you, Leonard.
Thank you.
Very much.